Hello my friends and welcome to today's video. In this video I'm going to show you what happens when I'm playing around and the discoveries I make. As you can see in the first sheet of photo paper, my bottle of pitch black was clogged, and when I squeezed it I got too much ink, so I started again. So I was playing around trying to add a little silver to my petals, and it wasn't going well. I never have any luck with the metallic paints, or rather inks. So I decided to leave them out and I started blowing out this flower. And I'm using a mixture of alcohol and ink that I have in these little bottles. And I always get asked what the ratio is. And I can't tell you exactly, because if it's too light, I just add more ink, and if it's too dark I add more alcohol, so it's always changing. But whenever I have a little bit of ink left in a bottle, I add a splash of alcohol, shake it up, and I put it into these little needle nose bottles so that I can use all my ink without wasting a drop. So here I blew out some petals. I didn't like the way it looked, so I added a little bit more pitch black, and then I decided that I was going to blow out the petals using, I think the color is raspberry, and some alcohol. And these were looking pretty good. I was much happier with the way this was going. And you can see that I'm not concerned about the edges of my paper, because I always crop my flowers. And this is where I made my little discovery. If I put down the alcohol and put down a drop of ink, as I blow out the flower, or rather the petal, I get this beautiful stripe in the center of the petal. And you can see that I absolutely loved it, and this is how I continue to blow out these petals. I put down a large puddle of alcohol and then just put 1 or 2 drops of the ink down by the center of the flower, and I blew out the petals. And look at these gorgeous lines that I was getting in the center of the petal. It made them look really realistic. So then I decided to do the center of the flower. I was really pleased with the way this looked. So I wanted to create a different type of center for this flower, so I'm using snow cap and a micro brush, and you can see that I'm dotting around the outside of the center. And I'm not clumping my dots all together. I'm making them kind of airy. And then in the center I did a cluster of these white little dots. And then I added a few more on the outside wherever I thought I might need them. And then I made sure that they were dry for the next step. So here I have a gel pen, and it's black. It's got a really fine point. And I am connecting those little white dots to the center of the flower. And I'm using black because the background is very light in color and I want my lines to show up. So using black makes them more noticeable. So I'm just going around and connecting the dots to the center of the flower and adding a few little lines here and there. Now I'm looking for a white gel pen that works, and unfortunately the gel pens that I have a really broad nib or tip, so I found the one that I thought would work best, and I started creating these white lines from the outer ring of dots to the center cluster. And of course, because I have pitch black underneath, they turned a little bit pink, but I didn't mind that so much because it matches the rest of the flower. I added a few more dots and a little bit of highlights here and there on one side. I wanted one side to be a little bit brighter. And there was my flower completed. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you give this a try. Let me know if you have any questions. And as I've mentioned in previous videos, if you want to know more about the products I've used, just click on the link in the description box and it'll take you to my Amazon store where you will find a list of all the products used. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.